Hi guys, my name's Mariah. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I know you guys have been waiting for this update about my Invisalign. So I am making that for you guys today. I'm going to be going through the whole process of what happened with me and how exactly you go about getting Invisalign. Talking about what exactly Invisalign is. I'll be touching base on the price of Invisalign and the pain. I just quickly wanted to touch down on the fact that everything I'm saying is just purely going to be from my experience so far. Everyone's treatment is different. How my process is so far may be different to your process. Everyone has different teeth, like the cost and all of that is going to vary from place to place. No treatment is going to be the same. This will just give you a rough idea of what you are in for, but just keep in mind it may be different for you and your case may be very different to mine. I just wanted to say as well that I had to wear my glasses today. I'm sorry if it's going to bother you guys with the glare, but I have days where my eyes are good and days where my eyes aren't good. Today was one of those days. I did really want to film this for you guys, so I'm wearing my glasses and I hope that doesn't bother you guys too much. I am sorry in advance if it does. So firstly, what is Invisalign? Invisalign is clear trays that you change every 1 to 2 weeks depending on what your orthodontist has decided. You have to wear them for 22 hours a day. They're just little plastic trays. I'll show you guys one in a minute. You can only drink water while you're wearing them. You are not allowed to drink anything else besides water, or you have to take them out. You have to take them out to eat as well, obviously, and you have to brush your teeth each time. And you have to brush your trays each time as well when you take them out. If you get slack on this, your trays are gonna stink. I have heard from watching other people's videos that their trays really stink because they haven't been told to brush their trays or they just haven't been brushing them. I am very anal about this. The thought of having like a stinky breath or something just grosses me out, so I always brush my trays thoroughly every time with a toothbrush because you can get plaque build up and they can stink and it's just disgusting. So you need to make sure that you brush them every time and brush your teeth every time, or those gross trays are just going to be sitting on your teeth and making your teeth yucky as well, and you don't want that. I was also thinking of doing a video on my oral hygiene if you guys would be interested in me doing that. I have a whole pack that I use weekly with my Invisalign to make sure that they're really clean. If you had seen my last video, I do show this pack that I purchased from the pharmacy. And it has been so helpful with keeping my teeth clean and also keeping my trays clean. So if you would like to see a hygiene sort of video, then do let me know in the comments down below. Having your trays in for 22 hours a day is super important, guys. The most important thing to me is, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking I am paying this much money to get Invisalign, so I'm going to be dedicated to wearing them 22 hours a day. Like, I try my best to do this. If for any reason you can't wear them for 22 hours a day and you need to take them out for an event or something like that, you can. That's a really good thing about Invisalign, that you can take them out if you need to. Then you just need to add on those hours. For example, I went out the other weekend and I had them out for 8 hours, so I added that 8 hours on to my treatment. Just left my trays in for an extra 8 hours before changing to my next set of trays. So the reason that I chose Invisalign is because I had seen it around for years. I've known about it for at least a couple of years and I've been thinking about it for that long. I've done so much research about it. I am turning 21 this year. I really am getting to that age where I don't want to have braces in my mouth. Like, I don't want to have a metal mouth. Not that there's anything wrong with that, it's just a personal preference of mine. I just wouldn't want to have metal braces in my mouth. Invisalign was always something that was mostly attracted to me because you can't see it. I'm on week 5 now, guys, and I've only had one customer pick up on the fact that I'm wearing it. That they've said, like, people could have seen it and not said anything, but I've only had one customer approach me about, oh, like, what's in your mouth sort of thing, like, are you wearing like a mouth guard? And that was just last week. Like, it has already been a month and I had only been approached once so far about it. Like, I'm not embarrassed at all about it. It's totally fine. My teeth are crooked, not that a lot of other people would know, because when I was telling people that I was getting Invisalign, they were like, oh, like, why are you getting Invisalign? Your teeth are straight. They're not straight, they're low-key messed up. Photos in for you guys along the way so you can see what my teeth looked like in the beginning and what they look like now already. They have changed so much already, and I'm only 5 weeks into this, and it is just crazy, and it's so cool to see. I've never thought my top teeth were that bad, but just in the last year or so, I've really noticed that my big tooth was crossing over my other big tooth. That was a real concern for me, and I didn't want to have like an overlapping of teeth. Growing up, I never really noticed that the tooth next to my big tooth was sitting behind my big tooth. It's really confusing, but you will see in the photos what I mean. My tooth here was sitting behind my big tooth. I've always had bad bottom teeth, but no one can really see that because when I smile, you can only see my top teeth, and they weren't that bad. My bottom teeth have always been crooked, and I'm just so excited to see them change. So basically I went for Invisalign because it is clear, and I wanted to go about my everyday life without having to worry about metal in my mouth. Knowing that I can take them out as well is so handy, and I love that I can do that. So how do you go about getting Invisalign? The first thing that I did was go onto the Invisalign website. I did a lot of research on there. You can use the online site to find out where your nearest Invisalign clinic is. And that was the first thing that I did. I have heard from other people that you need to go to your dentist, and your dentist will give you a referral of where to go. But that is not something I ever did. I used the website to figure out where I wanted to go. My closest Invisalign clinics were in Perth. There was so many in Perth. So if you do check out the Invisalign website, you find your nearest Invisalign places. There's little plaques next to each clinic. And that sort of tells you that the more plaques that they have, the better. So I was sort of looking for a place that had lots of plaques. I would go to their website and I would look for pictures. Pictures were the most important thing to me, because then I can really know if their work is going to be good or not. You can see before and afters, and that was really important to me. So that's how I went about finding my dental place. There was so many to pick from, so you really got to narrow it down. There is also clinics that offer free assessments, and that was something that I was looking to do as well. I wanted to get a free assessment and find out more and see if I was even a candidate for Invisalign. So the place that I picked as well had the plaques, so I was like, yep. They had photos, not many though. I saw so many more photos at their clinic, and I told them that they should put more photos online, and they also offered a free assessment. So that's how I decided who I wanted to go with in Perth, and I made my appointment to get my free assessment. So at the assessment that I went to find out if you're a candidate, my orthodontist lady had a look in my mouth and sort of just checked to see if I would be able to have Invisalign, and she said that I would be a perfect candidate for Invisalign. This is where I had questions written in my phone, questions I wanted to really know about Invisalign before really deciding that I wanted to get it. I spent a good hour talking to the orthodontist about my options and everything that I wanted to know about Invisalign. So as we talked about it, she was telling me about the fact that there is 3 Invisalign options that you can pick from. So there is the first Invisalign that offers only 10 trays, second one that offers 6 months worth of trays, and the last option, which obviously is going up in price, the last option offers as many trays, so unlimited amount of trays. So she said to me that 6 months might be cutting it fine for me, and I wouldn't be getting refinements or anything like that. I wanted to do this the correct way. Definitely I'd be getting the unlimited amount of trays, so I can get as many refinements as I need to, get as many trays as I need to along the way. She went through that with me, the different options that there were. So my biggest concern was the cost, because I knew it was going to be very expensive, but as I'm working full-time now, I knew that it would be a good option for me to do while I'm still young. I asked lots of questions about that, and obviously everywhere you go the cost is going to vary, and she went through the costs with me for the 3 different options. So the first option for 10 trays, that was not going to happen for me. I could not imagine getting 10 trays, no. So my 2 options were the 6-month one or the unlimited amount of trays. And I thought, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. I'm going to get the unlimited amount of trays. And so she told me about the fact that they do offer payment plans at their clinic, or you could pay like upfront. So keep that in mind, that wherever you go, they may offer payment plans as well, if that is well suited for you, which is awesome. But it'll just be a personal preference again to whether you want to do a payment plan or you just want to pay it up front. During this appointment, I also found out about a coupon. Now, the orthodontist asked me if I had brought the coupon with me that day, but I wasn't sure what she was talking about. At the time of me getting my Invisalign, there was a coupon going around online offering discount on your Invisalign if you got it within a certain amount of time. I had no idea about this coupon, and she's like, oh, most people bring it to the free assessment, and I was like, okay, like I don't know what this is, sort of thing. Like after that appointment, she said, oh, like I'll have a look on the computer for you to see if there is any coupons left, because obviously a coupon would help me out a heap in the payment of my Invisalign. When I finished my assessment, there was still coupons available online. So she just had to put my name down for it, and I had to come back within 10 days for the coupon to be valid for me, or it would be put back out there for someone else to get. So obviously I made my appointment then and there to come back within 10 days so I could have that coupon, because I knew it would help me out so much. So do keep an eye out for things like that. I didn't know that that was such a thing, that you could get coupons off your Invisalign. I did. I got $2,000 off my Invisalign from this coupon thing, and yeah, it was very handy. It made my price drop extremely. It helped me out a lot. 10 days later, I came back to the clinic. This is when I was scheduled to get my impressions taken and also get a clean and all of that. So at this appointment, I got my teeth cleaned. I had lots of x-rays, and I had my impressions taken electronically with the laser thingy. So I didn't have to have molds in my mouth or anything like that. That's what I was expecting to happen, but I had them taken electronically with this laser thing, and it was awesome. After getting approved, like with the x-rays and everything, that my molars weren't going to be coming through anytime soon, that there was no problems with my gums or anything like that, then I had my impressions taken. From there, I got the okay that I could go forward with my treatment. Those impressions were going to be sent off to Invisalign so my trays could be made. So at the end of this appointment, I paid for my Invisalign treatment. I also had to pay for getting my teeth cleaned and all of the x-rays, and I also got photos taken as well. Luckily, my healthcare covered all of the extras, like getting my teeth cleaned and the photos and the x-rays. I don't have health cover for orthodontic things like Invisalign or braces. The coupon helped a lot in that regard. I will say quickly, obviously the price is going to vary wherever you go. My treatment for the highest one, for the most trays, was roughly around $8,000, and then I got that coupon which took $2,000 off. So 2 weeks later from when I left from that appointment, I received a phone call from my orthodontist because she sent me my ClinCheck via email, and that is a program from Invisalign that shows you your treatment plan, and it's like a 3D video of how your teeth are going to change. If you know a bit about Invisalign, you would have seen this online already. It's just a little video of your teeth and how they're going to change, and it shows you your end result. I received that via email because I live so far away, and it was just so handy that we were able to do this over the phone. I just had to give her the okay that I was happy with the end result. This is when I found out how many buttons I was going to have on my teeth, or attachments. That was in the ClinCheck as well. I could see how many buttons I was going to be getting on my teeth and how many trays I was going to have all up. So for me, I have 17 trays all up, and then I'll have refinements after that as well. From this phone call, I gave her the okay that I was really happy with how my teeth were going to look. We booked in an appointment for 2 weeks later for me to come to Perth and come and pick up my trays because they should have arrived by then. So it takes about a month for the whole Invisalign process to happen, for it to get sent away and your clean check to be sent to you, and then for the trays to be made. It did go really fast, and by the time I was back for my appointment to pick up my trays, it had literally been exactly 1 month from when I was there last. So that was pretty awesome. I'm talking way too much, guys. I keep hearing my voice go really high and really low, so I'm sorry about that. It happens to me all the time when I'm talking too much. 2 weeks later is when I went to go and pick up my Invisalign. And at this appointment, again, this is going to be different for everyone. This is just what happened to me. I went to my appointment, and at this appointment picking up my Invisalign, I got my attachments then and there at that appointment as well. So usually if you live in the city already, you don't get your attachments until like a month later, but I didn't want to have to come back again, so she offered to do them then and there and get them out the way, so I didn't have to come back straight away. At that appointment, I got my attachments put on. I also got given my trays. That was a very interesting process, getting the attachments put on. I have heard from a lot of people that they find the attachments really sharp and uncomfortable, but I didn't find that whatsoever. It's obviously going to be different for everyone. My attachments are totally fine. I don't find them annoying at all, and you can barely see them. I got given my trays. I got given 6 weeks worth, so 6 different sets all up. I did make a video while I was in Perth at this time, and I vlogged the first 2 days of my Invisalign. If you're interested in seeing that at all, I will leave it linked down below. Yeah, just going through how I was feeling in the first 2 days, and the struggles of getting the trays in and out was so hard. So in my first few days of having Invisalign, I did have a few pros and cons. It was very painful. The sensation of the trays being so tight was so unusual to me. I've never had any sort of tooth pain before. I've always had very healthy teeth. It's definitely bearable, but the pain was bad. Not to sound stupid or anything, but I wasn't expecting it to be that bad, but still bearable. So the pain only really lasts about 2 to 3 days, so that's totally fine. I only have my trays on for 7 days, and then I change them anyway. Another thing that I struggled with on all of my trays, I've got a dent in each of them, and that actually has a job to do. The dent thing in the tray has a job to do. I can't remember what it's called, but I actually found out what the dent thing was for via Facebook, our Invisalign page on Facebook, because other people had the dents in their Invisalign as well. So that dent thing can sometimes be very scratchy. I found in those first few days my lip was catching on this dent in the tray, and my lip was cut open from it as well, and it was very uncomfortable. Again, you do get used to that. It takes a couple of days and then you're all sweet. Yeah, it's just something your mouth has to get used to. It does not bother me at all anymore. I was able to get used to it very quickly. With my second tray, it didn't fit properly around the bottom. There was a bit that was sticking out, and my tongue catched on that all the time, and my tongue was getting cut up from it. That was my only other little annoying thing. That was only my second tray that did that, and none of my other trays have done that. So that was fine. I only had to wear it for 7 days, and then my next tray was totally fine. You are actually allowed to file down the Invisalign tray. I did try that with my first tray, but it didn't actually work for me. I haven't really bothered doing it with any other trays because they've been okay. But another thing that was very hard for me to get used to was the fact that I do usually eat a lot, and I really did have to change that in the first weeks of having Invisalign, because you don't want to keep brushing your teeth all the time. It was making my gums very inflamed and sore. I do have to have scheduled meals during the day, and obviously your mouth gets used to brushing more as well. In saying that, it does stop you from snacking, so it's also a good thing as well, because you're not going going to be eating as often. And the last thing that I will say about the cons or whatever, none of these are bad though, guys. Like, everything you get used to. But the last thing is having a lisp. Now, I did have a lisp like pretty bad the first week, but your mouth again gets used to having the trays in. Each time you change trays, you can sort of get a lisp again until your tongue gets used to it. It doesn't really worry me too much. I could possibly have a lisp right now, who knows. It's not so bad. No pain, no gain, guys. You just gotta get through it. It'll be worth it in the end. There are a few cons, but I think overall, I am so happy with my progress so far. It is amazing to see your teeth moving. Like, I just changed my tray the other night, and by the morning I could already see a change. I think Invisalign is definitely worth it, and as I said, I would much prefer this over having metal braces. I'm loving my journey so far. I could see results within the first 3 weeks already. So now I'll actually show you guys what they look like up close, with the trays on and with the trays off, and how I take them out. I'll just quickly go through that with you. So this is what the trays look like up close. This is how my mouth is looking at the moment. I was requested quite a few times to do a close-up for you guys, so I hope this is okay. This is how I take the trays out. Nails do help. When I first got my Invisalign, I could not get the trays out, and I got nails put on, and it helps so much. So I go from inside rather than like outside. I find that so much easier. You'll figure it out yourself, what works best for you, but here we go. If you don't want to watch this bit, then please just skip, because it can be pretty gross sometimes. Yummy.
Yummy.
If you saw that saliva, I'm sorry, but that's just the joys, and that's realistically what Invisalign is. So this is what my teeth look like without Invisalign, so you guys can see the buttons. Again, I am 5 weeks into this, guys. This tooth, you can see the gap now. There was no gap before. This tooth was over the top of this one, just slightly. And now there is a whole line down, which I didn't have before because they were crossing over. And this one has moved so much as well. This one that's sitting behind my big one. So it's so amazing to see, like, see that? There was no gap before, and now the teeth are moving, and the gap will be closed at the end, so don't freak out. But it's crazy to see. And then my bottom teeth. I don't have attachments on my front teeth or these bottom ones here, but I do have attachments on all of these and all of those, from these teeth back and from this tooth back. I have attachment on all of those, just not these 4 or these 2. I'll just quickly show you guys how I put them back in as well. So I store them in this little tray, and you just pop them back in. They just click in like that, and then you have your chew that you need to bite down on to make sure it's all clicked in correctly, just like this. I will probably do another update at 2 months if you guys want to see that. Do let me know in the comments what you'd like to see. If you do have any questions, just leave them down below and I'll answer them the best that I can. But that pretty much comes to the end of this video, guys. I hope that it was helpful for you and it helped you make a decision if you do or don't want Invisalign, or just giving you a bit more information about Invisalign. The results are crazy. Like, I am loving my results so far, so I obviously would recommend Invisalign, but everyone is different. Sometimes in cases the metal braces will work better for you, so you do need to check with your dentist or orthodontist what is going to work for you. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe as well if you are new here and you want to see more Invisalign updates. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!